Zach.
Yes, Jules.
Did you have any crazy business ideas inside?
Many. I was going to do a music publishing organisation. I was going to do a poetry organisation. I created a clothing line. Yeah. But obviously, X-Conversation, that was one as well. So yeah, quite a few. Some I haven't got to yet. Some that are pending.
Love that. Hey everyone, welcome back to Life After Prison. Today in the studio joining us is an author, an entrepreneur, and a former prisoner, Kieron Bryan. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, my guy. How you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
So, Kieron, you wrote a children's book in prison. Mm-hmm. Where did this all come from?
So I started a business. I was doing my degree in business and I was eager to utilise the stuff I was learning. So I started a consultancy business that opens nurseries and I needed a product for the website. So that's what made me write the children's book that teaches kids how to play chess.
Wait, you done this in jail?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Could it have been any product? You decided a book?
Yeah, I decided a book would have the most longevity.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Oh, because the book you can...
Yeah, you can keep guiding his chess. It teaches them. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's not just a story.
So you're teaching them how to play chess as well?
Yeah, teach them how to play chess and the basic principles of chess in a story nursery rhyme sort of way. Yeah.
That's dope.
And you thought of all of it yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really creative, isn't it?
Proper. When did you release the book? Was it whilst you were inside?
Yeah, released it when I was inside, yeah. Got it published.
How did that happen? How did you talk us through that process?
Okay, so I was doing the nursery consultancy business, built the website and that kind of stuff, made a few connections and ended up getting it published privately. So basically just published it myself and got it onto Amazon, eBay, Etsy and my website.
Self-published, yeah.
Yeah.
Talk us through that process.
So it's just about finding the printers and obviously registering with the British Library Association, and then you're done. You have to send them 5 copies to the British Library and to the Scottish Library for free. You have to send them 5 or you're not published.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's a standard.
What
they said they want 5 copies each. I'm like, all right, cool. Then I went to the British Library, tried to see it. It was in some vault somewhere. You have to book in to go see it or something.
Okay. Yeah. So what about any help to write the book in there? Did you get any?
Nah, because it's a nursery rhyme, isn't it? It's a story rhyme. So it's called The Pawn Who Wants to Be Queen. And if you can play chess, you understand the biggest promotion you can get is to become a queen.
Yeah. So
it's just telling the story of a pawn starting out at the bottom rung and starting the war because they wanted to be queen, which is the first move. So it's just an easy story.
The pawns always make the first move.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you're good at chess to be able to write this.
Well, I drew with a grandmaster.
Is it?
Yeah, they brought a grandmaster into the prison, yeah. So he was playing like 30 people.
At once? Sick man.
So he's going around, doing the moves, going around, picking them off. As soon as you leave, you got to go back to yourself. Jolting. Yeah, so man, them are just getting picked off one by one.
Yeah.
So he keeps going round. My brethren's there, but my brethren, he just wants to be there after me.
Okay.
That's all he cares about.
I want to last longer.
Me,
basically.
I'm just playing. I'm thinking I'm playing garbage though. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I'm seeing people picked off. Then I'm saying, oh my days, I've won. I can win this.
Yeah.
So I set him up for a piece that he has to take.
You
have to take that and I've won.
Yeah.
He didn't take it. He moved past it. I'm saying, I didn't even understand what happened, but he went round again.
That's what he did.
He put his arm out. Do you want to draw? I grabbed it off. Yeah.
One time.
Yeah. So then my brethren was dead long time. He went back to the wing.
Okay, that's dope.
So when I go back to the wing now, people are trying to ask me to play chess in it. I'm saying, how dare you? I just drew with the grandmaster. I beg you lot allow me. So that's how I was moving up. I was moving bougie after that.
Oh, that is true.
That's dope. What jail was this in?
High Point.
All right, is it?
Yeah,
High Point. Big up High Point for that one day. Yeah. They didn't bring no grandmaster when I was in there. What I'm for you?
Can you play?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Really?
I'm all right. I'm not bad. Yeah.
What's the feedback been like from your book? From out here, actually.
Well, one of my business partners' bosses has 3 kids. That she gave the 3-year-old the book. He got obsessed with chess and his sister got obsessed with chess.
Wow.
And now she's a chess champion. She's got like bare trophies.
Wow.
and the little kid loves chess. And he was able to play at 3 years old from reading a book.
So did you get feedback so whilst you're in prison?
Yeah.
How long were you in prison whilst the book was released?
Maybe a year.
Oh,
maybe
wow.
a year. So got all friends and family, everyone supported it and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Did you manage to understand like how it was doing out here whilst you're in there? Like?
Yeah, because I was the first person in the world to sell characters from the book as NFTs.
Sick, man.
So all the prisoners bought the NFTs.
Of course
as
they
well
did.
from the book.
Of course they did.
What's an NFT?
Digital art.
Yeah.
Digital art.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember
That's
a few
dope.
years ago when it was going mad?
Yeah, it was going mad.
Yeah, okay.
So around that time was when I released the
gorillas
NFTs.
and the
yeah.
chimps. Was it chimps? Apes, sorry. The
Bored
apes.
Ape Yacht Club.
Yeah.
And Crypto Kitties were the most
they
popular
were going
ones.
crazy.
Going for like 2 million just for a picture of a monkey.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then celebrities were using them as their profile pic.
Yeah. And then it died quickly.
Yeah, but because their only utility was, if you buy one of the NFTs, you can go into a VR room and spray paint on the wall your name. That's the only thing the utility of the NFT done. Where my one was that if you buy the NFT and you're able to get all of the pieces through your wallet, then every time I sell 1,000 copies of the book, you get £700.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope. Where can I? Is it stop sell?
Nah.
You can still buy them. Yeah.
I was going to say, are people still buying your book? Are you still getting feedback from it?
Yeah, the book's still going. I'm building the game as an app for the NFT so
wicked.
people can get involved. I'm building the kids version and the adults version. So the adults version, you can really trade the NFTs and that kind of stuff.
Cold.
And the kids version, then obviously it's just kids. So you got to work your way in puzzles as a pawn and work your way up.
Oh, that's cool.
That's dope, man.
It's going to be sick, yeah.
Oh,
sick concept. Where did the
good.
concept for all of this come about from?
Just in my cell with bare time. You know what I mean? Like bare time in your cell and you're just thinking. I read, at that stage, I read all the books published before 2021 on NFTs and blockchain technology. So I had every book published because it's a new subject.
Yeah.
So I had every single book published on them subjects, read them all, and that's when I implemented the
that's
NFTs.
Dope. So is that how you spent most of your time in prison then?
Yeah, well, at the start, I wasn't really. I was thinking I'm going to get back to where I left off. Do you get? But obviously, I made a decision, thinking in my soul one time. I was thinking I'm going to get released when I'm 35, and I can imagine the 35-year-old version of me that doesn't go to prison, and he's still out there doing what he was doing. And I can imagine the best case scenario position he's in at 35. And what I had to do with my sentence was make sure that the 35-year-old me getting released is in a better position than him. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that I didn't do bad then, innit? Do you get it? Yeah. So I was just imagining 2 parallel universes and making sure I'm outdoing him.
Don't that put pressure on yourself though?
No, I don't think so because with my change of mentality, best case scenario position he would be in, he would still have my old mentality. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So with my new mentality, it wasn't really pressure. I knew I'd be in a better position than he was.
So how did you use your time to make sure that you were in that position?
So I read over 250 books, non-fiction, and I done my degree. And them 2 things changed my mindset 100%.
How?
Because the books, for example, I was reading a lot of biographies. And with the biographies, I kept coming across people who were starting from a lower position than me. So if you think of a guy who is poor in a poor country, and then he's able to elevate himself to be something like the president of the UN, for example. You can see he's traveled from there to there. Yeah. And I said to myself, I'm poor in a rich country. So I'm not starting from where he is. True. And I'm just trying to be a CEO of a company that's doing numbers. So my gap that I've got to travel is just there. Yeah. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Compared to all these people who've traveled from there to the top of the world, I'm just trying to go from there to there. So I should be able to achieve that.
Wow. And what was your degree in when you were studying?
Business. I got first class honours as well.
Wow, congratulations.
One more time.
I have first class honours. So I went from thinking I'm not an academic person, that stuff is not for me, to get in the first class honours.
Was that with Open University?
Yeah.
Well done.
Big up the OU,
Come on.
Yeah.
And how far into your sentence did you start this mindset, reading books, getting a degree?
I can't remember the exact time, but maybe 4 years in or something like that, because it all started from what you was just listening to in terms of watching TV and hearing the joke, if you want to hide something from a black man, pull it in the book.
Yeah.
Do you get it? And I was extremely offended at that particular moment, because I haven't read a book at that particular moment. Do you get it?
So they were basically speaking about you.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like a
trigger.
A trigger that made you do it.
Definitely.
Wow, fair play.
I need to at least read one book.
Yeah.
You can't be running them jokes and I'm the butt of the joke.
Yeah, true.
Wow.
So what were your favourite books to read then?
I think my favourite books to read was Awaken the Giant Within.
Okay.
By Tony Robbins.
Okay.
7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
That's a really good book.
I still haven't read the whole of that book.
It's really good though.
Celestine Prophecy, James Redwood.
Okay.
And them ones.
They're your favourite,
Yeah, them ones.
So what are they? So then I'm going to ask you another question. Maybe you've answered it already. But what recommendations would you make for people listening?
Definitely 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And there's another book called Grit.
Okay.
By, I think, Angela Duckworth.
Yeah.
Why do you recommend them, and do you think they're for anybody?
I think they're for everybody who's trying to elevate themselves. And I recommend them because most of your listeners are in prison, obviously, and I think that them 2 books can help give you a paradigm shift, that you need to change your mentality to a different way of thinking.
Amazing.
What was the second book again? Grit?
Yeah, Grit.
Angela Duckworth.
Yeah.
All right, my guy.
So let's take it back to before prison then, and around your last offence. What were the circumstances leading up to this?
Well, basically, when I was young, sorry to go back, but
No.
it's just how it happened. And
Go
when I was
back
young,
as far as you want.
I eat, breathe, swear word football, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I must have been about 13, 14 years old. And I was playing for Watford, Bournemouth, all the counties, all the districts. You know, when you're not even meant to be playing for everything you can think of. And I've had a football match, come back to my friend's house, and he's gone to the toilet. So his parents have said to me, so what are you going to be when you grow up? I'm like, a footballer.
Yeah.
So they started belly laughing.
Yeah, of course.
So I said, whoa, what's going on? Danny wants to be a footballer as well, you know? So they said to me, yeah, but we've got a business. He's going to take over our business after. So he's going to go university. So the football's just a backup. What's your backup plan? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I said, okay. When I left that house, I was on the roads because my demographic and everybody I know thought, if you don't make it in football, you don't make it in rapping, you got to be on the roads. So I left with that mentality. I went to school that Monday, printed out a flyer for a football tournament. So I said 7 aside, £2 each. And I went to every school from Monday to Friday handing out the flyers.
Sick, man.
Then I've asked the youth club, can I borrow the football goals? They said, yeah, no problem. So on the Saturday now, I forgot people roll with their parents, innit? Because, you know, parents ain't taking me nowhere to go football, you get it?
Yeah.
So I went to a girl at Tesco. I said, whatever you get me from Tesco, I'll give you double back. Arguing back and forth. She believed in me, got me some canned drinks, got me some barbecue stuff and crisps and whatever. And it was sold out. Do you get on? The whole place was packed. We had to make 2 separate goals. I paid my friend's older brother to be the referees. And at the end of that, got all the taken from all the drinks and that, gave her double her money. Won the tournament because obviously I had the best team in that. It wasn't rigged, G. It wasn't rigged. Had the best team in it. I know the best team of that age group. It's already won before when I'm handing stuff out. It's already won. I put on there £200 prize money. Okay. So as a school kid, you can imagine 5-a-side team, £200 prize money. We're going to get that. Do you get it? But ended up making a lot more than that. And that's what I used that to buy my first amount of drugs.
Okay.
And then I just took it so seriously. That's how I ended up in the situation where I went to prison for and got 25-year sentence. So it's just a lead on from that, where I was just playing the roads like it was a computer game and I was 100% invested. I had that type of mentality where this is it. This is what you're doing.
So did it go from not thinking about that at all and football was the only way to like a day, that second,
you see
where everything changed?
You see, everyone who knows me, they know me from being in the cage from 8, 9 in the morning, playing till 12. Some kids come out, they go home. Then a new set of kids come out, go home. New set of kids come out, it's 8 o'clock at night. That's when I'm going home. Yeah, because if I go in, I ain't allowed back out. So that's what I was known for. The roads didn't even cross my mind until that conversation. And obviously they'll be heartbroken to know this, but because they had good intentions in it. It's just that where I was from and how I thought at that time, I think it was too early to say that to me, to have a backup plan. Because if I see my nephews and that are playing football seriously, I'm not going to tell them now. I'd wait till they were 16, 15, they're picking their GCSEs and that.
How old were you when?
13, 14.
13, 14.
Wow, so at that age, that's when you thought, bro, I need a backup and the streets is going to be my backup.
I just went and I didn't even look back at football. You see, after that tournament.
Was football completely finished? You stopped?
After I got that money and bought a consignment, I can't even remember football after that.
Wow. At 14?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How did it make you feel that football was gone? Did you?
I didn't even
think about it.
Didn't even cross my mind. I was like, I do everything 100, innit? So I was just going 100 on the roads.
To be fair, you're counting money at that time.
Missing matches and all that.
As a young man, you got money.
But
that's what your mind's going to be focused on, innit?
What do you think would have been different at 15, 16?
If they did say it to me then I would have been choosing my GCSEs and it would have had more of a context in it. Like, what do you want your backup plan to be? Are you picking up? Are you picking P? Are you going to do you get it? 13, 14, you're not even there yet. Do you get it? So they made me think you're not being a footballer. So get that out of your mind.
I feel like things just go wrong when you're like 13, 14, don't they?
It's that age,
like
man.
that kind of age.
Yeah. But they could have said the same thing to someone else and they take it a different way. I'm trying to say it's
definitely.
my whole 13 years of being alive made me think that was the way forward in that way.
Do you think about football now?
I still play. I've won since I've come out, won the University League.
Okay.
And won the celebrity football tournament.
Oh.
Yeah. So I still play play regularly and that, still stay fit and that.
Good.
Playing every week while I was in jail.
Okay,
so,
good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's dope, man. So then let's take it there because you mentioned it, but what does it feel like facing 12 and a half, 13-year sentence?
I don't want this to sound wrong, but I was a realist at the time, innit? Do you get it? So at no point did I think prison wasn't on the cards. But I've been doing sentences with people who they be doing the mad thing and then prison hasn't come into their mind. I wasn't like that. I was thinking that that I'm gonna do a sentence. And even when I was young and just getting onto the roads and that, my friend's parents used to pull me, you're very smart, but you're going to do a long time in jail. I was like, well, where did that come from?
Whoa.
Do you get it? I go to another house. They don't even know them parents. They're saying the same thing. I don't even know what I'm saying wrong because I'm just being polite. I'm just moving normal. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They pull me aside and say that. Obviously, since I've come out, I've gone to see everyone's parents in it that used to say that to me. Some of the people, my brethren, I ain't even seen them, but I've gone to see their parents.
Yeah.
Thank you, sorry. I understand what you was trying to tell me at the time.
Wow, what did they say to you now?
Some of them cry, some of them say, obviously, what you're doing now is what we thought you should be doing. That's what we were trying to tell you. Do you get it? So I'll be doing, I'm thinking I'm making mad progress. You get it? They be saying that's what you was meant to, not even surprised. That's what you're meant to be doing. Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's proper full
it's
circle,
crazy
innit?
thinking like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what was your sentence for?
Attempted murder.
Okay. And then you got in total, what was the sentence in total?
46 if they run it consecutive and then it comes down to 25 concurrent.
It's tough.
So do you think that, you know, when you're obviously you're saying you're a realist to take that in, did it ever kind of affect you like differently whilst you were doing it, or like thinking, I don't know, like what was there any like super tough times, or was it almost like accepted then and you knew what you're facing and you knew what you had to do?
Well, you got the appeal process to go through, so that cuts into your sentence a little bit. They do it smartly, so it cuts into your sentence 2-3 years. So by the time you realise you ain't winning no appeal yet, you're already 2-3 years in.
You're already in it.
So the hardest times were probably Whitemore.
Okay, the
White Moor,
dispersals.
Yeah. Because that's just pressure. You can get strip searched 3 times in a day. You ain't even had a visit.
Wow.
Yeah, so just living like that. I didn't know it at the time, but when you go to BCAT from there, the big difference, you're saying, "Raw, is that how they had me living?" That's when you realize.
And BCAT is dead.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The only way you can describe White Moor is, the pressure cookers that you cook rice in. Just living in that every day.
Mad.
Just live inside that. That's what White Moor's like.
Why is it a pressure cooker?
It's just like everyone's doing, on everyone's door, it's got life, yeah, in red, a big red card. And then on my door, it had 25 years, which to them looks like nothing. So there's no one to talk to about, this sentence is big, because they're doing 30 minimum. Do you get it? I went to a OMU meeting and I sat down, there's like 3 people around the table. So they said, "So you're a lifer?" I said, no. They said, "Yeah, you're a lifer." I said, "I'm not a lifer." They said, "Oh, 25 years. Oh, you got some hope then." So I said, that means everyone else you see
has got no hope.
You're meant to be helping them. And in you lot's minds, you're looking at them thinking, you ain't got no hope.
Wow.
That's OMU. That's your offended.
It's already backwards.
It's already peak. So that's what made that time hard.
Damn.
So, Kieron, we heard something that you said on an interview with NPR at Guy's Marsh, and you said prison is a networking event for criminals. So I wanted to ask you how you go from a mindset of that to somebody who reads 250 books and has completed 40 educational and vocational courses.
So how I can, the point I was trying to make at the time was that when you're in prison, you can choose how you use your time. And it's a harder environment to go down a positive path than a negative path. Because if you're in for drugs, for example, you're going to be seeing all the other drug dealers making new connections. So whatever crime you're in for, you can make more connections in that crime rather than positive connections. So the point I was making is that it's a harder road to go down, and it's for you to choose to go down a different path, even though you're in a harder environment to achieve that.
But how does someone then go from that mindset of you know what, there's this guy in there, this guy, I can connect with them and make some more peas. How do you go from that mentality to, you know what, forget all that, I'm going to learn, study, read, research, and channel my energy that way? What makes the switch? And
it worked. How did you know it was going to work as well,
Reading. So reading, one of the things that I read about was the 10,000 hours principle. So if you put 10,000 hours into anything, you can master a skill or become an expert on a subject. So once I realized that, I was just thinking, all right, cool, what am I going to pick? I went to an officer and I said to him, "Can you go and Google for me jobs that make £70,000 a year?" So he says, "Why?" I said, "I've been doing my numbers in my soul, innit? That's how much I need to make to maintain a lifestyle that I'm happy with." You get it? So he's gone and come back with a pilot, a doctor, and a judge or something like that. Yeah. So then I was kind of disheartened because they're the jobs I can't do. So I spoke to another officer about it, and he was like, "They're not all the jobs that are 70 grand. They're all the jobs you can't do that are made 70 grand." You get it? And he went and got me a bigger list. So I think the confidence that whatever new road you're taking, you're going to execute it, and reading about people who have started from a way lower position than you and got to higher than you can aspire to.
What was on the list? On the new list?
On the new list. I forgot the new list. I forgot the new list, but it was lots of different jobs that were attainable to me. And that's what really mattered. And entrepreneur was one of the things on the list, and that's the one I grabbed.
That you grabbed?
Yeah,
man. Entrepreneur.
I love that.
Love that, for real. So then obviously, I'm assuming, but correct me if I'm wrong, did you take that newfound mentality with you when you got out?
Yeah, definitely. As soon as I made that decision early on to make sure the 35-year-old me was in a better position than the one that never went to prison, I just stayed on it.
So you were 21 when you went in?
22.
22.
Just
Still so
22.
young, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Now you think about it. Them times there, you're thinking you're
You thought it was a big man, innit?
big man, you know everything. Now I'm thinking, if I could get him, I'd just put him in a padded room. Stay in there, my brother. You don't know nothing. Get yourself hurt at it.
You learn.